am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Welcome to the show, people. I am Management. This is I Am Sure Sports, and today we're going to have a very, 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 very good one, right? I have some breaking news that I have to break down for you. But before we get into that, there's a few things that we have to do, right? It's very important. So immediately you need to start hitting that like button. You need to start sharing the video so everyone can get on and listen to this conversation that we're going to have today. A very, very important conversation. We're going to give you some details. We're going to give you some facts. We're going to show you some information. And we're going to break down things comprehensively so you can get a better understanding of what is happening on particular matters that we brought this morning on an earlier show. All right, so we're going to share that. But I also want to stop and say I want a big thank you to all 5,000 subscribers and counting of I Am Sure Sports, right? We have hit the 5,000 mark, and I must say a massive, gigantic thank you to you all. We have done it, right? May not be as fast as many others, but we are in competition with no one, all right? And so we are very, 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 very grateful for that. We want you now to begin to help us to get to 10,000, right? Many people have been saying, I Am Sure Sports should have hit the 10,000 mark long time ago, but you can be a part of that effort. So big thank you to you. Continue to support the work. Continue to support the I Am Sure platform. Big thank you to our sponsors, right? Trick Nick, right? Big up yourself, all right? And Prestige Finance, Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and they seek legacy. Prestige Finance, right? I mean, you can get as much money as you want to borrow over there to help fill a gap right now in the financial circumstances of your life. There are three major stories that have developed that we want to give you some information on to help you to better understand. So we are trying to figure out which way to go first. We're also going to open up our phone lines so you can call in and give your thoughts on what we are sharing, right? So if you have something that you would like to share, there is a number that runs along the banner of the show that you can look at that number, you can dial that number directly, or you can dial it by WhatsApp, and you can get through to I Am Sure Sports. We want to make sure that the phone is working, so we're doing our test run. There you go. So the phone line is working. All right. Sometimes we really want people to come on and be a part of it, but too many persons. What happened is that nobody wants to come on video, and that brings down the quality of the video. So for those who are not able to come on using video, right, except in a situation where we believe there's absolutely no other choice, all right, please, 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 please call in and share your thoughts on the show. All right. We have a couple of persons who will be coming on. Like I said, this is a very important show. Given what is happening with Whisper, we are going to help persons to better understand what is happening, because I don't want us to become very critical. We're going basically take the sense out of all the nonsense that is happening, right? We're going to try and do that, all right, as best as we can. We are going to do that, all right. So we're going to dive into it. But again, one thing with I Am Sure Sports, whenever we come onto our platform, we always want to take some time out and give thanks for life. I've experienced just recently in my own, life, just how you could see a person this morning, last night, last week, and the next time you see them, it's to hear that they are no longer with us. And when I consider those things, it is difficult to accept. And so I want to encourage all of us to just live good, live at peace, and forgive. You understand me? Big up to all the persons who have joined the platform: Countryman, Planeta 41, Fresh God, Jason. You understand me? Peso. Big up yourself. Subscribers up and running 5,000. We also gonna have not the real T-Got, but because the original T-Got is Paul T-Got Davis. We have the camouflage T-Got, the second string. Like in football, you have a first string goalkeeper, you have a second string. So we have a first string goalkeeper in Paul T-Got Davis. We have a second. Well, let's use third. You know how Jamaicans are. Jamaicans are a third T-Got that he has learned to temper his voice. The international workplace has caused him to temper his tone, so he's a little bit softer than usual. Welcome, DTM.
Wagwan, man. Wagwan.
Yeah, but I'm here. You're on the work.
Yeah, man, they're on the, you don't know, they're on the work, they're on the
All
work,
right.
but
All right.
soon
So
get a break from it.
all right. Before I get into the Lee Craft Lettman and the Mason Greenwood situation, you have you heard about the Whisper
Yeah,
situation? You saw
yes,
it.
man,
All right.
definitely. Read about it. Definitely on the website right now. Reading it and stuff like that. And I also let them make it categorically clear. I also spoke to Mr. Butler himself. You understand about the situation because I asked what is going on. You understand? I'm not going to run with the narrative like everybody running it and stuff like that. But first of all, people must understand that there's a lot of things happen in football or anywhere, and some people doesn't really know about it. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. You
Yeah.
understand? Although the coach come and say he doesn't know anything about it, somebody else go, that means it's not gonna be happening. Something else still might be happening and they don't know. And at the time coach is gonna get fired and they don't know. You just hear it and get a telephone call and then get fired and I'm gone. You understand? So I'm not gonna run with the narrative that Mr. Butler lie or everything like that what is going on and stuff like that. You understand? Because a lot of people are running with that particular news. You understand? So yeah, not gonna run with that. I just wait and see. You understand? And whatever, see what's going to happen.
All right. So very well said. I think that where experience don't meet expectation, fill the gap with trust, and I believe with you that we should believe that something may still happen, but I
Right.
think a lot of people are concerned because how it was spoken of in Jamaica prior to the player leaving, it was as if it was almost confirmed that he was
Now,
going
right.
to be. That is
When
how.
they,
Right.
yes, I understand it. And
That is where the
when
difficulty
when
is.
all right, when the news break that Whisper was going to England, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm here and sometimes I only catch some of the news on when I watch your sports program or some of the other person's sports program, or I've been and see a
Yeah.
clip 2 days after from TVJ or whatever. I would say, but correct me if I'm wrong. When the news broke and Craig was talking, did Craig said he was going to Newcastle? He said he's going to one of the top five teams in England. Did he mention Newcastle?
Yeah, but Newcastle was mentioned. So let me read because you
No,
know that
no. Who mentioned Newcastle? I asked. Did Craig mention it? Did
some
Mr. Butler
persons,
mention?
some person are saying that he said Newcastle. No, I don't
Mhm.
know. Some
That's what I'm
person
asking you.
right. So some person are saying he actually said Newcastle. I don't
Okay.
know. Number two, but I'm going to
Yeah.
read an
Hmm.
invitation. So
Right.
for the purpose of protecting sources, I'm going to
Right.
read something for you. All right. So, and then you can make of this what you will. Now, this is what
Right.
the original invitation was. Now,
Hmm.
um, I'm going to show it as well, right? And it is also the title on his channel.
Hmm.
And on his program, he actually did say Newcastle. So there is an invitation letter that was sent. All right.
Okay.
I am going to put up the invitation letter, but I have to do it in such a way, like I said, where I can protect the integrity of some of my impeccable sources. So it says, Dear Mr. Butler, this was dated on the 9th of December 2022. It says, Dear Mr. Butler, and then it says player invitation, Dujan Richards, in bracket, open and close bracket, whisper. It says, following our conversation with um um you know Nick Hammond and Fitzroy Simpson, Newcastle United would like to invite the Phoenix Academy player Dujan Richards for a period of assessment. We would like this to begin in early January. Dates to be confirmed, and can confirm that Newcastle United will take care of transport, accommodation, and food during the player's visit. We will also pay and supply internal travel only to and from the hotel airport, but will not pay for international flight. We would expect the initial period of assessment to be for 2 weeks, with the player returning to Jamaica before the end of January. The club will take care of Dujan's welfare and any injury or medical needs during the assessment period. However, we are unable to provide long-term medical insurance for any injuries sustained during the period of assessment, so you may wish to consider a private policy to cover the player for the duration. All right?
Right.
Please, can you confirm in writing your understanding of any compensation arrangement should a contract be offered following Dujan's assessment period? We look
Okay.
forward to welcoming Dujan to train with our senior academy squad and hope this is the beginning of a very positive relationship between Newcastle United Football Club and the Phoenix Academy. Yours sincerely. That is a letter
Hmm.
that I have. No, that was the letter that was used
Hmm.
as invitation. However, this is where I have an issue. The
Right.
letter is not all right. So what I'm going to do, let me do it this way because I want to be transparent. I'm going to show you what an official invitation letter for a player from a club looks like. All
Right.
right. So let me see if I can find that and show you. Oh, there it is. So this is this a Jamaican player. I've covered certain information. You understand me? If you notice, it was January the 11th, 2023. A Jamaican player was invited to a trial in South America, right? If you notice, the club name is at the top. The day it says two, and it has the head coach of the for the player, the player's name beside it, and then it has the name of the club. And it says, introduce myself, my name is, and this is the invitation to train in the club for an outline dates below with our whatever age group. Now, when you go down, you notice the letterhead. When you go down further, because it's not from the head coach, it is from the director, the sporting director. When you go down, you see that there's a stamp from the club, and you see the club director and the sporting director and the club director signing the official document. All right. So you can tell that this is an official. Exactly. The letter that was presented to say Whisper was invited does not have anyone from Newcastle signature on it, or a stamp from Newcastle on it, and it's not on a Newcastle official letterhead.
Okay.
Which is suggesting that somebody invited the Phoenix player who has contacts with Newcastle, but they are not a part of Newcastle. And the letter may have been sent so that the player could probably get the visa to come to England and then do a trial. But it had to be presented in the media, right? That it is new, because that would further help to enhance getting the visa. All right, because I'm thinking that this is more about getting the visa to go to England to display anywhere you can, so someone would see you more than a specific place. But a narrative had to be sold. All right, somebody saying that he did an entire show. No, so the names mentioned in the invitation that was sent for him, all right, is the name Nick Hammond. If anybody knows it, he's a former goalkeeper. Nick Hammond, let me give you a little bit about Nick Hammond. We all know who Fitzroy Simpson is. So let me tell you a little bit about Nick Hammond, because in this, it references Nick Hammond. Nick Hammond, and this is where I'm thinking, like, this was just some third party trying to make something happen. He was an academy manager at Reading. He was a sporting director at Reading. Then he was a technical director at West Brom. His last position ended in 2022. Listen to this, of June 2022, which is last year. And he was an advisor of management at Newcastle. Right. So I think because he has contacts with Newcastle and it came through him, it could either be assumed that he was going to go there, or this same Nick Hammond is trying to work on something for him to get there. All right. So again, I don't want to make the other letter, but the other letter, believe me when I tell you, it doesn't have a stamp. It doesn't have, like you see, these signatures on it. It doesn't, it's not an official Newcastle letterhead. In fact, there is no team letterhead that is on it, meaning he was not, meaning we could walk away from this believing that he was not invited by any specific team, but he was going there to go somewhere where teams could see him. Maybe someone from Newcastle, probably like a Nick Hammond, will say, this player is good, I have seen him, you should consider him. But so I think that if I'm going to give Craig Butler the benefit of the doubt, it would be that this was to get the player into England so that anyone could see him, including someone from a top 5 team, which is Newcastle,
Newcastle.
because
Right.
he has a relationship with Nick Hammond and Fitzroy Simpson.
Right. So I was thinking when the news break first, right? I was thinking that he was going to England for a trial. I don't know because I didn't know which of the top four team could have been Arsenal, could have been Man City, could have been Manchester United, could have been Newcastle, could have been any one of these because these teams are in the top five, right? That's why I say I didn't hear a name. You just give me the letter.
No,
So I
right,
was
but
thinking,
also the
yes,
people who are on the show, like Demo says, Butler did a whole show on Whisper, and
yes,
Whisper was on it, and he did say Newcastle. So many
Newcastle.
persons are
But I
saying,
didn't watch it. I said
yeah,
I didn't watch that show. So yes, thank you for that information. But this is what I'm getting. This is what I was getting. And he was waiting when he got the visa to go to England. He was waiting on another visa so he could try it for more team across Europe because he was waiting on another visa before he left. You understand? So when my assumption is that when he got the other visa, then he left. He's just like, yeah, him get the visa so him can go try it for more than one team. Not only
yeah,
Newcastle. So he's
yeah.
going to try for Newcastle, going to try for another team, or go to
All right,
another country in Europe and try for that.
all right.
That was my knowledge.
So
That's
here's
what
what
I
I
get.
also. So I made sure because what I made sure I did. So what I'm going to do, I just
Mhm.
want people, because I don't want anyone to believe that I'm reading something that is not. So
Right.
I want to just show you that I actually have that letter. You understand me? Because I want people, I want to be credible with what I'm providing. So let me just show it. I'm not going to put it up for you to read it because I read it and it says
Mhm.
what I said. So I'm going to show it. And then I'm going to say something else, which I believe, like I agree with you that some of that could be what is happening. So here is, all right. So people, so there you go. So that is, I'm going to do it quickly. So that is, you see, it says Mr. Butler. It has player
Right.
invitation, Dujan Whisper, and if you
Right.
look in it, it says confirm that Newcastle United will take care of all of that. So there is that. All right. So I just wanted to show people that, so no one can say that it wasn't so. It is there. All
Right.
right. So
Mhm.
I think there was an effort to get a visa for the player.
Right.
I checked this morning, and no player can actually go to the top teams without an official invitation. You
Mhm.
cannot, you cannot go on trials unless you have an official invitation letter.
Invitation. Right.
What you can do, you could be training somewhere, and
Right.
where you're training, people come and watch you, like scouts come and watch you um, from the club.
Yes, people. My
Yes.
man just
Yeah, man.
oh he's
Sorry.
back.
Yeah. Yes.
I was going to
Right.
talk to the future. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Right.
Right. So for the top clubs in the Premier League, you cannot go. You cannot, like, like how, like, for example, like Boystone is
Yeah, we just
training.
turn up for trading.
You
Yeah,
can't
turn up for
turn.
trading. Yeah, cause we do that. We do
You
that.
can't
Yeah,
turn up
we do that.
there. You have to
Yeah.
get an official invitation, not from the
Mm-hmm.
coach. A lot of times,
Mm-hmm.
because even if the coach likes you, the coach have to give it to the head of the academy, the director
Mm-hmm.
of the academy, right? Because remember now, all of this comes with player insurance, health, and welfare. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so there's a big, I can't go through all of it, but I have that, the entire documentation of what it takes for you to go to one of the, I don't know about the championship, but all right, it has to be in the Premier League, that is how it has to be. Therefore, I don't think the player got an official invitation from the director of the academy at Newcastle. Some
Mm-hmm.
third party is arranging for him to be seen by
Mm-hmm.
persons from top 5 clubs in England. That is what I believe is the real
Okay.
deal. Like,
Okay.
top 5 clubs in England will see you Whisper, and if they like
Mm-hmm.
him,
They will take
they
him.
will bring him on.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, that definitely that makes sense. But I'm not going to bash. I'm not going to go out there with the narrative that this man, his agent is a liar and nothing like that. So why
Yeah.
would he just take up his money and send this player up to England, playing fair, put him up in hotel for no reason at all, just to look bit. No, I don't think so. You understand? Craig's a smart man. You understand? I don't think he's not gonna take up a play and just send him away just like that, just to look big in the public eyes and stuff like that. No, I don't think so. You understand? It's just as you say, it may be not official like it is normally done. You understand? But maybe a third party, as I say, is
Yeah.
working his way and try working his magic or whisper to get in. You understand? So for some for a club to see him and sign it. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what is happening. But guess what? The player is there, and let's just hope for the best. That something might happen. You understand? And the player can be
And that
seen
is it
in that
because
club. Yeah.
he's there, so people will see him. The
Right.
issue is though is again how it was sold and what came out from the
No, no,
Chronicle.
no, 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 no. I um
Hmm.
is guessing is we take the news. You understand? Or we take the news. We know that Whisper was doing very well at the schoolboy level and stuff like that. You understand? And then his agent come over and say he's going for a trial out in England. And then we take the narrative and say, yes, he's that good. Maybe he's gonna get a contract and he's gonna sign. And people forgot that it's a trial. You understand? He's not going to sign a contract. He's going to show his talent. You understand? That people just gonna he's not let's say he's gonna sign tomorrow morning. Or they call him and say, yo, come sign and then do medical. You
Yeah,
know, it's not like that,
because
just a trial. Yeah.
the actual
It's
this
how we
art
run with the news.
yeah
Yeah,
the,
go
ar-
ahead.
the
Sorry.
actual the article from the Chronicles came out this morning at
Hmm.
8 from the
Right.
Chronicle Live. That's where it is. It's an
Mhm.
official article and it's an
Yes, I
official
see.
quote.
Yes.
It's an
Yes.
official
Yes.
quote from the coach. Because the
Yes.
coach has been there
Yes.
for a while. The coach is not like, do it saying a new coach. And the director of football has been there for a while. And both of them
Man
are
is
saying,
man.
Balakar, hold on, man. Both of them are, welcome, Balakar. Good morning. So both of them are
Welcome,
saying,
Balakar. Morning.
Man.
yeah, yeah, right? So both of them are saying they don't know. So
Hmm.
someone said this morning, and then I'm going to let Balakar come in, that what is happening is that Newcastle are protecting themselves because they cannot sign a player that age and bring them
Hmm.
into. So they have come
Okay.
out and they don't know. But if
Right.
that is the
Right.
case, why
Hmm.
then was it said in the media? If
Mm.
it is something that must be denied because it
Right.
ought not to happen, why would it have
Hmm.
been made public?
Because sometimes we don't know what is happening in another man's country, or what is the protocol. You understand? We don't know protocol, and we just run with something. You understand? We just run with something, and we
Let
don't
me hear
know
what
protocol.
Balakar is saying. Go ahead, Balakar, because but go ahead, Balakar. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, man. What me a
Mhm.
call to say do for young boy. You see me? But need to say if you do enough research because there is one program and them say the coach that coaching the under 20 now today will be his first training session. So when he go at the press conference and them ask about the youth, him say no know nothing about that. You understand? So he didn't recruit I'm telling you me to watch it on JD live,
Mhm.
right? And if I
Yeah.
read all the article where the under 20 coach just come there, so I think that today is first training session because them get rid of the coach already there.
No, but
And the document we go through
mhm.
are from December, then they are try to the early possible in a January. It could have reached, but it end up that he reached in a February.
Okay. See, you notice I read for you, sir. You know
Mhm.
what? I want you to listen. I'm reading. So the article also said, right? So let's give it a quote because we just
No,
quote.
me hear the
No, he said Dawson. He said
hear
he
the
spoke
article, man.
and he said I haven't I haven't received any indication, he says, from Steve Harper. Do you know who that person is? I read reports online, but I haven't had any indication from either Steve Harper or anybody in recruitment that we have anybody coming in. The coach actually said that, right? So who is Steve Harper? Balakar. In Balakar.
Malakar he's not gonna know that. He's not gonna do that.
Me not know if the long time coach they did the man. So you have the other part of the article when them invite him from December. You read out that one too?
Yeah, man, but I read that.
Okay, well that me did I say.
So, but what I'm saying to you, though, Balakar, but what I'm saying to you is that that invitation from December that I read, it doesn't have the signature of the former Newcastle coach or Steve Harper on it, or the head of the academy at Newcastle. That's the reason why I showed you a previous invitation with an official letterhead and the director of academy. The letter that was sent, unless there's a next letter.
Yes, sir.
Because remember, Steve Harper is the head
Money,
of the...
give me 2 minutes. This won't come back.
Yeah, man. Steve Harper is the head of the academy, you know, at Newcastle, you know.
Well, what we want to do...
And he was appointed, and Steve Harper has been there from in July of 2021 as the head of academy. And the coach is saying that not even Steve Harper has said anything. No, which is fine, you know. All I'm saying to you, you know, it is fine because maybe what happened is that it is a third party. Because remember, I called Nick Hammond was connected to Newcastle. So Nick Hammond could say, listen, we're going to get the player up because I can get Newcastle and other clubs to look at him.
Well, we don't know nothing about the part there, but you understand? So we just stay assess still. You know, we can just share my opinion with you, and you see me, and you can share your opinion with me, but I just that me there say, just wish you the best. You see me?
Yeah, man. I don't think anybody wants him not to get a. I think everybody is saying that he should. Listen, at the end of the day, here's what we have to do. Here's what we need to do. All right? Because at the end of the day, we have to report what is out there. Because I don't know what other persons are doing, but I know what all I've done is read articles. I've compared 2 letters. I said these are the 2 letters, and there's a difference. But I still believe that the player will be seen by clubs, and the player could be signed by clubs, including by Newcastle. It is possible. It is not impossible. But we can't now come and say he was never invited on trials to Newcastle. When a letter says, the same letter we are using as the invitation letter, it says saying that he was invited by Newcastle. We can't now come and say, well, it wasn't Newcastle because Newcastle wasn't mentioned. It was mentioned. And what needs to be said is, we're not sure. We're not sure how it's going to work out. We're not sure how, but we know that Newcastle and other clubs will be looking at him, because I am sure that he will not only be seen by Newcastle. But how we sell narrative and marketing is very important. Marketing is very important. But marketing needs to be also accurate in terms of the information that is provided. Right? So I don't, you see, here's what I don't understand. All right. There seem to be this thing, like, right? again, I can only speak from, let me speak from Manning's man. I have heard no one in Jamaica who wants Whisper to fail. The people, let me say this, the people, let me say this again, the people who cry out for Whisper to be in the national team is all Jamaicans. Nobody has pushed and promoted Whisper like the Jamaican media. Right across from newspaper. His father has had numerous opportunities. We highlight all his goals. We say that he's better. So come on, nobody. And I will also say this to you. Most people believe that the best person to condition him is Craig Butler. But we have to get clarity. An article came out this morning, and the article that came out suggested that Newcastle are unaware. The head of the academy and the head coach of the academy team, they are unaware of any trial for this player, and they have read reports. They could be lying. You know. But we cannot then come out and say, well, Mr. Butler never said anything. Never said anything about Newcastle. No, it was Newcastle because the letter says Newcastle. It says Newcastle. So there is a disconnect. And if you discuss the disconnect, it has nothing to do with Whisper's career. Whisper is 17. Get called to the national team. So don't make it about that. It's not about his career. So let's break it down, right? So we have those things. And so Mr. Butler has a channel. So he will hear all of this. And I am sure that he will go on his channel and provide a whole lot of information. And if all the information he provides is information that they say I must speak for myself. All right, I can speak for myself. No, man, no. All right, I'm going to take some of your comments, right? And I am sure that he will speak and clear up what needs to be cleared up. All right. So let me say this. But Gina Tapper says, I'm going to get some of your comments. Yeah, man, but what's the purpose of this stream? The purpose of this stream is to remember, I did a video this morning where I only read the article from the Chronicle Live. So what I did today is I brought evidence, right, T-Got, that there was an official invitation with Newcastle on it.
Right.
I did that. So I don't know if you missed some of it. I did that. And I only can talk. One thing I have done as a person is make sure is that I am open and transparent. I did say that I didn't want to put up the letter and let it stay because I don't want it to screenshot, but I did put up the letter. So right, you got, so people could see that there is a letter addressed to Mr. Butler. I did that. I said there is a letter addressed to him, though it doesn't have the Newcastle logo on it or signatures, but there is an invitation from somebody connected to them. So I don't understand. Right. I don't understand. I don't understand. But go ahead, T-God.
Yes. So yeah, he's there. You understand? He's already there. So let's just wait. Let's just wait and see what's going to happen. As I said before earlier on in the show, we don't know. You understand? Because it's contacts as well. Mr. Omar was saying contacts, yeah, and person get in there and you don't know what might transpire. You
Yeah,
understand? Two
Leon
weeks,
Bailey is
3 weeks.
there. Leon
Yeah,
Bailey is there.
right,
They know other people. Mikel
right,
Antonio and his agent, Sancho, Brent
right,
Sancho,
mhm,
who is connected to,
right,
is there. So it is,
right,
yeah, right? So what is happening is that it is obvious, Tigat, that people will see him.
mhm,
It is obvious that people will see him. But for people to come out and say, because when the video was done, some people were saying that there is nothing from Newcastle.
right.
All I did was present a letter to say, this is what an official one would look like. And if people say there's nothing from Newcastle, I can understand that. But here is this. There
Mhm,
was a letter
mhm.
addressed to
There was a
Mr.
letter.
Butler. It may
Right.
not be from Newcastle, but someone who is
Some
connected to Newcastle
connected to Newcastle. Right,
exactly would
right,
have sent it. And I said
right.
it could be Nick Hammond, who up to I said all of that, but the people them now
Yes, you
listen.
did. You did.
So
Yes.
it could be even a Nick Hammond who has contacts with Newcastle.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
Yes, I don't know. But I don't see how this is going to damage the player or how this is going to damage Craig Butler. I mean, well, I don't see how this stream, maybe other streams, I don't know what is happening on them in the comment section. Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir. It's just let the people just let's keep hope alive. We do wish this young man well, and we want this young man to go far. You
yeah.
understand? So let's just sit and hope that everything's going well. Maybe it's not Newcastle, maybe it's another team, but just let's just sit and wait. You
And
understand?
this,
Just sit and wait.
yeah, and you know what I said this morning. So I hear what you're saying. Now. Maybe listen, I find it hard to believe. Maybe I'm being naive now that there are people
Yeah.
in Jamaica who want Whisper to fail.
Yeah,
I,
it's not no, it's not a matter of hold on, it's
I
not a
find it
matter of
hard to
whisper
believe.
feeling. No, it's not a matter of
Yeah,
whisper feeling. I feel it's Butler they want to feel. You understand? They want it's not whisper they want to feel him, they want Butler to feel. Because if whisper feel, Butler feel. And everything that true about say, see Butler no do nothing, see Butler no it's talking and say but feel. This is the
yeah.
narrative they're throwing out. They want Mr. Craig Butler to feel. And in order for Craig Butler to feel, Whisper has to feel. You understand? So that is the narrative being pushed. You understand? Craig Butler, I feel. You understand? And I try beat down the man who I try to help youths. You understand? Videos going around and people that say on different channels they would not like Mr. Butler around their kids because how
No,
snippet the goat when he was coaching Mona and how he was talking and stuff like
yeah,
that.
but I
You
don't get
understand?
into do.
Hold on,
Listen,
no?
yeah,
Well, I don't get him there though. But if people can remember, Alex Ferguson threw a boot and match up David Beckham face. You understand? David Beckham, I don't know if people remember that because I can bring on my Manchester friend and make him tell Alex Ferguson kick a boot and lick David Beckham in the face and all them something when a match when he wasn't playing right and all them thing there. Big that was a big man. So it depends on the coach say and do a lot of things to bring out the best out of them players. So Mr. Craig Butler act around his players and stuff like that. He know how to bring out in players. So you don't
yeah.
come on stream and try to bash him and say, oh, don't talk to your kids them like that and so. The man know how to bring out the best out of him
All right,
players them.
let me give you an example. This is so funny how we analyze things. I did a video with Theodore Whitmore on Sunday.
Hmm. Yes,
Seven
I see.
minutes.
Good video. Good video.
Seven
I see.
minutes. 7 minutes and 42 seconds.
Hmm.
Somebody took the first probably 10 seconds of the video with the man
Hmm.
making a mistake.
Hmm.
And then they created memes and all of that. The
Right.
title of the video has the correct thing. The
Right.
middle of the video, he said the correct thing. The end
Hmm.
of the video, he said the correct thing. And Nobody. I see so many people laughing at it, right? This is something that it's a genuine mistake. Then when you find this now and an article is done and we as persons in the space are talking and discussing it, it becomes about who hate who and who like who. Right. When here it is that on the same platform a video was done and only the first 20 seconds of the video,
then take it out.
Seconds, he said something about the ugly win and pretty loss and all of that.
Yes, yes, I see that. I know what you're talking
people
about.
have used that and said, why a long time you see it and all of that. And it corrected 2 times in the rest of
you corrected it. Yes, you corrected it. That is true. I hear it too.
Most people don't even discuss it.
No,
and that's a genuine mistake. And now we find ourselves in this position today.
It is. Sometimes when person asks a question, you're trying the best of your knowledge to explain to them. And he was trying to say sometimes a ugly win is better than a ugly win is better than a pretty loss.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, that's what he was trying to say. But he kind of mixed up the term. But I understand what he was saying. And then you corrected and stuff like that. I don't understand why people. But at the same time, just to say that, I'm glad you bring up that. I was watching one of those YouTube bloggers, and they mentioned the team that he was coaching. And the way they was talking about the team that he was coaching, that he was at the bottom of the table. And the team mash up. And I said, but listen to Manning. And Manning said, they're at the top of the table. So why I'm hearing on this side of the video now?
Only last one game.
That's why I'm hearing somebody say that Theodore Whitmore mashed the team. So it was really strange to me.
Yeah.
You understand? That person speaking so bad.
Look at what Ishmael just said, which is so true. Many people want top of the field.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they want the man to fail. Some say if I'm listening to Manning show almost on a daily basis, and Manning saying that this Tapper, the team that Tapper is coaching, is on top of the league. Now I'm come here and hear this show, and the man say Tapper mash up the team. You understand? What is happening? Manning, I swear, man, is about to come back to your show to kind of reaffirm. You understand? Reaffirm when me hear, because if I was just as somebody looking in and hear the person saying that, I would swear say the team that at the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
You understand? I would swear that. The way they talk about Tapper. I would swear that. I said no one listened to you. He was on top his side was on top of the table.
Still on top of the table. And listen, the coaches that don't rate him, he has defeated them in the
all
league.
Of them.
He has defeated players. You understand me? With speed. So at the end of the day, it's just how people are. But so let me bring, because we don't want to lose the point, people. So when I did the video this morning, I spoke about the article from the Chronicle Live, which was an actual quote by the coach. So what I thought was important is, well, if I was told that he was going to Newcastle is saying no. What are the facts? What are the facts? The facts is there is an actual letter with Newcastle in it inviting the player. So what the coach said contradicts what is in the letter. So it is possible that the coach in Newcastle is unaware, but a letter was sent. It is also possible that the letter may not have come directly from the academy, but may have come from a third party connected to Newcastle. Either way, it is good for the player. The other thing that I made sure I did is present to the people what an official letter from the club would look like. All right? When you get an official letter. But I believe that there are opportunities for whisper, right, in England, because he's going to be there playing. Because none of this is supposed to be started on the 6th, you know. Because remember, the coach said what he said this morning, which is today is what, the 2nd?
Yes, today is the 2nd.
Yeah, which means that he could still hear about it before the
down the line. before the 6th, right? So
Because
what? So what? So
the trial
yes,
begins on the 6th, according to
right.
the whole thing, it is the 6th that it's supposed to begin. Because
Right.
remember, it was supposed to start in in January, and it was pushed back.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to understand, people, that like I said, I can only speak for I am sure sports.
Right.
And what we do and what we do on the platform. I don't know what others
Right.
are saying and what others are doing. But instead of calling and say that there is a lie, we brought to the
Right.
people the evidence and allow you to make a decision.
Right. And the evidence is that you brought 2 letters. You understand? Although one of the letter wasn't an official letter, one stated that he had a trial. You don't know who bring that letter. But
Yeah.
a letter come, you show a letter that he had a trial. And the trial not ready to start yet. The trial start, as I
Yeah.
said, the 6th. You
Yeah.
understand? 4 more days. You
So
know, the court start today.
both
Yeah.
things could be true.
But hold on, but hold on. But if these persons are reading the thing, you understand? Each person are reading the thing. The thing said the Newcastle under 20 boss, Ben Doss, insists that he has no idea of a report intimate 2 weeks charge for Dujan Whisper. You understand? The attack has been granted a visa and a bid to the mail place. All right. Blah 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 blah. If it come down, he said, all right, let me say. All right, he said, report suggests Richards has already arrived in the country with
Yeah.
a fortnightly long due trial being Monday. However, recently
Which
appointed
is
on the
which is which is
21 boss.
Monday the 6th
Yes,
of
yes.
February. Yeah.
Mhm. All right. So, however, recently appointed on the 20 boss, Dawson insists he has not been aware of the prospect temporary addition to his squad. Today is the second. He's not been aware today, the second. Something can change tomorrow. The
Yeah,
third.
that's what I'm
Something
saying.
can change the fourth. Something
Exactly.
can change the fifth. Something can change. No, he's not been aware. You understand? I can't. The man not lie. The man not lying.
Yeah.
The man say he's not aware of not know. You understand? He might go in the boardroom I was asked a question. All right, find example. Find example. Let me get an 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 example. When Jamaica play Argentina, right? I was at the match, and Simon Earl, and was at the match, and some rest of vloggers was at the match. Simon and I were at the in the tunnel to do the interview with the coach, all right? And you can go back on my channel, Sport Lane channel, and check out that interview. All right. When we interviewed the coach, um, remember the coach wasn't appointed yet, but he was just coaching Jamaica.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then I asked him the question, Coach, how do you feel about Jamaica playing Cameroon? The coach I widen out like a
Because
deer,
he
said the
he
light.
did know.
He did not
No.
know that
Exactly.
Jamaica was going to
To
play
play Cameroon. Yeah.
Cameroon. He did
Yeah.
not know, but it was announced. It was announced in the background that Jamaica was going to play Cameroon. And the coach, you can go back and watch that interview. Go back and watch that interview. Go back and watch that interview. The coach did not know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I think it was on this program, I said, I don't remember, it was and I asked Mr. Speed, and Mr. Speed said directly, there are certain things that was already in place
Place.
before the
Exactly.
coach come.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand? So the coach don't have to know everything there and then. You understand? The coach don't have to know. So this under 20 coach don't may not know everything there and then, but certain things were made in place before him come.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand? So that is
Absolutely
a
right. That's a
clear
good
indication.
example.
That's what
So
a clear
it is
indication.
possible that somebody is working behind the scenes to arrange this,
Right,
but it hasn't
right.
gotten to the coach's attention.
Is that going to the coach
Right.
attention?
And that is why the letter that I shared, listen what it says, following our conversation with the said people,
Yes.
Newcastle United would like to invite the Phoenix player Dujan
Hmm.
Whisper for a period of assessment.
Right.
So whether even if it's a third party, because the person is writing in the third person.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, they're not saying that we. You understand me? Because if you look at the other letter, it didn't put the club name. It says we are inviting the player.
Right.
You notice
Right,
this
right.
one is saying that Newcastle is
Yeah.
inviting the player. So if you understand the English language,
The writing.
somebody, right?
Mhm.
Yes, somebody is actually writing in the third person. I am not from Newcastle. I have made contact, and Newcastle would like to do it. Because Newcastle would not say that if it is coming directly from them. They would say,
Right,
we
right.
are inviting the player
Inviting.
between this date and this date. So
Right,
somebody is doing it. The person is writing.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying,
Right.
that Craig Butler is not wrong.
It's not wrong.
What he says, because
No, it's
that's
not.
what I'm told. But it is also true that the coach may not know.
Right. The coach may not know. The coach may not know. Because as I tell you, when they announced the match against Jamaica versus Cameroon, I asked the coach, how do you feel about that? The Jamaica, he was like, really? I don't know nothing about that. And then on the same program, people go back, one sports DTM down the middle. I asked the coach and then come back and watch. I am sure when I asked Mr. Speed on Manning's show, and Manning and Mr.
That's true.
Speed said sometimes the coach does not have to know what is happening because they're already in the work and stuff like that. So sometimes the coach don't know. You understand? Sometimes the coach don't know what is happening.
Yeah, yeah. And somebody saying, why would Newcastle be calling the player Dujon Richards and put Whisper? Which is why I'm saying Newcastle would not do that.
Right, right,
He's a
right.
third party. That Newcastle not going to put say they call I'm trying to find a name that they call a player in the Premier League, like a Rashford. What they call him if he has a name.
I don't know. Okay. Marcus Rashford. Marcus
No,
Rashford.
like they
Yes,
call him
yes,
like
yes.
Rashi, and in bracket
Yeah,
they
yeah.
put Rashi. They are not doing that.
Yes,
That is
they
a
say
third
Marcus
party.
Rashford.
So this letter is saying in bracket, open and close bracket, Whisper. So it wasn't from Newcastle. It was a third party who wrote it, who has contact with Newcastle, saying that. And nothing is wrong with that, because the person may be, like I said, Nick Hammond, who is referenced in the letter. He once was the like I said, the director, director there in terms of football director at Newcastle up to 2021. So he would be close to the Newcastle program. But listen, I don't know. I wish failure no man. And I know that, and I said it in my show. When Whisper turns 18, I know of opportunities in Germany, whether or not they that will work out or materialize, I don't know. But what I know is that once he gets to 18, if you are 18 right now, there will be opportunities with teams in the Bundesliga for him. Whether that is academy or first team, I don't know.
Right.
So I don't think there is a lacking of opportunity ahead of this player once he keeps himself up and running and going. So I know that there's no failure in the pathway, but we must ensure that we present accurate information out there. It is okay to say that we are in dialogue with several clubs, and through our representatives, and they are looking at options. But if we come out and say that he's going to do a trial at Newcastle, that is too definitive.
Right.
And create a lot of things. Duklan is saying, I am sure Sport afford to say that the author and the recipient could be. Oh, Jesus. You follow Duklan, you're getting problems, But just because you're at the man, he got, I don't know, Mason Greenwood, all the charges.
All charges dropped.
So
Yes.
that he's moving to Arsenal because he was caught by Manchester United and he's a free agent and he wants to win the league. So he's going to the team at the top of the league.
I don't really know if he's going to Arsenal, but one of my Manchester fan, great fan of my he sent me he was talking to me, and actually he sent me in a group chat that Mason is back. And I was like, I don't know if he's going back to Man U, but I said to him that I hope Jamaica can send the invitation out right away.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think that's
no,
next. I think
yes,
Jamaica need to get this guy
yes,
into the program.
get
Coach
get
Alfred,
it, get
this guy into the
yes.
program right now.
Right away. That's the first thing. When he said Mason is back now, I'm not thinking about Manchester United. I'm thinking about him getting in back in the Jamaica side right now, fresh when the side fresh, and try and get him out on these
Oh,
nation games and Gold Cup and all these things.
oh,
That was
he's
my
still
first thing.
contracted. I didn't know that he
Yeah,
was
still
still contracted.
contracted.
He
Yes,
is.
that's why. Yes,
Didn't
that's
they
why.
cut him?
Mhm. No,
Didn't they cut
the
him?
guy just said, I'm not sure. I'm not a Manu. I was a Manu
Mm,
fan, but I'm not deeply. My friend have tell me, but he said he's back. That means he's still in Manu. He said he Mason Green. And he said Mason is back. So I guess that
I
he's
didn't
going
know that
straight back to Manu.
I thought somehow they had cut his contract, or they just stopped him from training, or I
Yeah,
don't
maybe
know.
they stopped him because of the court case and stuff like that. So let's see what's going to happen. But my thing is I want him back. I want him in the Jamaica setup. That's what I want right about now. Him in the Jamaica setup.
Yeah, but okay, but you know that Whisper is also committed to Genk.
So again,
Genk, there is a
yeah.
commitment that was spoken of, that he's. Let me just go back to that quickly before I come back to the Mason Greenwood.
Hmm.
This one. Hey, Duckland, I was wrong with Duckland. Duckland said that you're quick to spread rumors about Mason, but not talking the truth about Whispers Unicorn Newcastle trial. Duckland, call in and talk about this whole unicorn thing. Though. I don't know.
Unicorn, yeah, where the
I don't
unicorn
know.
thing matter about?
Call it. And people, what name is Brain Drain operating under? I haven't seen him in a while. So he's still contracted to Manchester United. But wasn't there some commitment to Genk already when he's 18?
I'm not. I'm
You know,
not sure.
I think so.
I'm
Let's see.
not sure. I am not sure.
We have a call coming in, T-God.
Go ahead.
Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Oh, hold up.
Wrong call. Look, I can dial the wrong number.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, Bert.
No, I'm not darling. I'm not
Oh, you're
darling.
gone.
A different
All right.
phone news.
Oh.
Okay.
No, man. Morning. Me here talk about
Morning.
Mr. Greenwood, you see? But
Yeah. Them same still
the man is
contracted.
still at Manchester United. Yeah,
Oh.
man.
So what
Okay.
did they do?
Remember when them asked Ten Hag about him, this is what he said. Let's wait for the judgment. If he's proven innocent, he would definitely get a place in my team. He's an exceptional talent who can play on the left wing, the right wing, the center forward, and falls back. That's what he
Oh.
said when they had asked him.
Okay.
And still,
So what did they do? Did they just cut him from the training then?
them just tell him to stay home, stop come and training. It seem like Mendy. Mendy is still a Manchester City player. Him just
No
never.
man, them cut him, man. No, Mendy, they cut Mendy, man. Mendy cut.
Oh,
Yeah, man, Mendy
okay.
gone, man. Yeah, man, Mendy gone, man. Mendy gone. Yeah, man, Mendy gone. When the
Really?
trial over, I'm
So-
going to find a different club.
Okay. And I see somebody saying that they only suspended Mason Holgate, Mason Greenwood. He was suspended, but the contract wasn't. So you're right. So you're right, Soti.
Yeah, man, still there, man.
And he has 2 years on his contract.
Still there, So them thing they go still. That's why sometimes not good for us to judge.
Yeah.
This is somebody commenting on your thing, say, him hear the tapes. So I don't know. Maybe he should be on the jury, but the people I'm in a court here with them here and the man is them drop the charge. So that's important to them. My people innocent till proven guilty and the man them drop the charge.
Yeah. So the thing is,
Yeah, we just tune into your thing, you know. I guess I miss somebody just informed me what was going on, and I tune in. Apparently, I missed the fire, you know. So I don't know. I'll let you know what later.
Yeah, because we're trying to figure out the whole Dujan whisper thing, because you know that the coach at the academy did something in the Chronicle Live, saying that he's unaware of the player coming in for a trial, right? So
when was this trial supposed to start, right?
It is supposed to start Monday coming. So the coach said he's unaware of it, but then I had to show the people that there's there is a letter from someone where Newcastle is mentioned as inviting the player, but it doesn't appear that it was from Newcastle themselves, but someone connected to Newcastle, because it's not an official Newcastle letterhead. So I'm saying that it could be real that he was invited, but just not by Newcastle, so the coach would not know, but a third party.
Oh, but what that means he wouldn't have been officially invited there.
Well, that again, because
Do you think that if he was invited by Newcastle to the depot, for them stationery, for them email, something like that? You understand?
Yes, so they don't have any exactly. So and the Newcastle, the newspaper that covers Newcastle don't have it. Like somebody said on a different platform, I understand this morning, that he was at Tottenham, but there's nothing in Tottenham confirming that as well.
No.
So,
but this kind of thing gets reported by our media, like this is going to happen.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So like,
our our media going on, man. Just tell them things. That's it.
Yeah.
But I hope it's not. I hope a real thing still, or some misunderstanding. Because the coach cannot know about it. He just don't know about it yet, you know.
Exactly.
That's what we're saying.
Saying that he could know about it because it don't start on Monday, so somebody could tell him tomorrow and show him the paperwork.
Yeah, but that's what I know. That's what so we're not going on the storyline them again, you know. The man can
man, and somebody said that. But Dima told me that the entire Liverpool team is injured now, because Kanote look like him have a long-term injury as well.
I don't know what to them, but them seem to have a lot of hamstring injuries. Them Liverpool kids. I think they read something so far this year. This season, the total number of
79.
Yeah. Something,
yeah.
So I don't know why. Must be something with them training or something, but them seem to have a lot of hamstring. So you got that season is a wash for Liverpool. In the Premier League.
Yeah, I see somebody saying that the court never proved him innocent. It's dropped. The charge is dropped.
Yeah, all charges are dropped. They look like them. Look like the person.
Mine's wrong.
Yeah.
Let me address that to that somebody. What them are listen. The court is not there to prove anybody innocent. It's prosecutors and them people's job to prove the person guilty.
Right.
That's why them say innocent until proven guilty. So you are regarded as innocent when you walk into the court. So there's nothing to prove. You are regarded as innocent when you walk into the court.
Okay, you don't prove innocence, you only prove guilt.
No.
Right.
You prove guilt. All right. So I hope that person hear that.
Okay.
All right, now go and listen to you still. I'm not going to do something I know.
Yeah, man.
Listen, you know?
All right, so cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Money man. I get that important call. Don't money man. I get the important call.
Yeah, man. All right, go ahead, Tiga, because we have somebody else was calling, so let me call him back in the meantime. Yes, caller.
I am sure sport.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the platform. Yeah, man. Bless up.
Yeah, man. Respect, man.
Yeah.
You know, I watch the thing. So I watched your video earlier this morning with the Contradictory, right?
Yeah.
Then I'm watching this stream with the same, line of argument, but without getting any additional information. As one comment, person commented, said, what would be the relevance of pursuing the conversation? Wouldn't it just turn out to be a line of speculation and blabbering?
Oh, you really don't. This morning I read one article from the Chronicles. On this show, I've presented you with 3 official documents. I don't know what you're saying that is the same argument. I don't know. I don't know if you have not been listening, but I've shown a letter. I don't know what you're talking about. So this morning I read something from the Chronicles Live that was denying that the player was invited. That was from the coach. I presented a letter. See it here. Let me put it up quickly again with a player invitation for the player's name with Newcastle. I also showed you a next document of what an official invitation looks like. So, and we have confirmation that a video was done saying that the player is going to Newcastle. So I don't understand what you're saying. I don't know if you maybe have not been listening. And
I have been.
And you did not hear when I read following and our conversation with Mr. Nick Hammond and Mr. Fitzroy Simpson. Newcastle United would like to invite the Phoenix Academy player Dujon Richards for a period of assessment. You never heard that? And I read through all of that, and I said that, and I explained who Nick Hammond was, that he was at Newcastle in 2021. That was, he left in July 2021, and it is possible that as a third party, he could be. So how that is similar to what was done this morning. This is way more information. I don't understand what you're saying. So explain to me what is the blabbering.
Let me tell you what I'm saying. So those letters would have existed prior to the report that was made this morning, right?
No, sir. The first letter that I read this morning was the article came out this morning at 8 a.m. This morning, 8 a.m.
The article is from this morning,
yes.
But the letters written before.
The letter was never. It is the first time the letter has been made public. Find it anywhere else where it's public. Yeah. So what is the point?
Right.
I try. Yeah.
No, making public and existed are 2 different things.
But nobody would have known about what is the point you're making though? Go ahead. Let me listen to you.
Yeah, that's where I'm heading to.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So the letters existed before the report. So what I'm saying that there's a letter that said that they were invited. Here comes a report that said that the coach is oblivious about it. Now, since then, there has been no other information to say whether it's only that coach was not informed or that third party or whatever. You understand me? So even though the letter was just made public, it is still not news. You understand me? In my estimation, it still doesn't add to solving. It still doesn't add to solving the puzzle because.
Of course it does, sir. If somebody said, a coach said, I have no clue, and the head of the academy, Steve Harper, has not informed me, and nobody in the entire department of Newcastle has told me about this. If the coach has said that, and I find the official letter where it was said that he was, how are you going to say it don't make a difference?
I did not say it doesn't make any difference, sir.
All right, let me read this for you.
It doesn't help us solve what it is that we're inquiring about. So we have not gotten any information.
Go ahead, yeah.
We have not gotten any new information that would contribute to answering those questions that we have since that report. That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to. All right, so let me go over this slowly. Let me go over this.
You don't have to listen.
No,
your message.
No, man.
Because I know you.
Go ahead.
Like you used to debate in school. I mean, no, you're not gonna let up.
No, 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 no. I'm not debating with.
That is just
No,
my.
man. No, man. I hear your point. I
It's
hear your
just
point.
my.
Yeah, yeah, man.
I just my.
Yeah, man. There's no. No, but here's the thing. You come on and you say what we are doing or what I am doing is just blubbering, and I'm trying to respond to that to show you that it is not. Right? So I don't understand. So now you want to say, and then you say I am blubbering and you want to leave. So let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. Most of Jamaica were happy about and still are about Whisper going on trial to Newcastle. Every vlogger, every media house, every radio station, every newspaper carried it. A coach at the said club this morning came out and said he knows nothing of the sort. As a responsible Jamaican, I read that. After that, I said what I did, if you have any information that can watch this, contradict what the coach is saying, please let me have it. I received credible information that there was information coming with Newcastle name in it, inviting the player to England, which is contradicting what the coach is saying. And I have presented that. And then you're saying that what I am doing is blubbering.
All I'm saying that, bro, I'm saying we still have a lot of more answers, more questions than answers. And until we get that, there's nothing else we can do. But that's what I'm listening to.
All right, cool. All right, bless up, man. Yeah. All right, there we go. All right, so we accept all views. All right, so I just received this, right? I think it says Newcastle United under 21 boss Ben Dawson, and this is now from the tribalfootball.com, right? It says a Jamaica teenager is said to be heading to the UK after being granted a visa. Reports in Jamaica Observers have stated he will link up with Newcastle's academy to see if he's good enough to earn a permanent deal. He presently plays with Kingston College, which is similar. It says, ask about the topic. Dawson told Chronicle Live, no idea. I've read the same as you. I've read reports online, but I haven't had any information from, which is what I've been saying. At the minute, I'm just planning with what we've got. And anybody from the under 18s we think can make the step up when we are back in. All right. So that is just a next article saying the same thing. And I'm saying that it is still possible that the Newcastle coach don't know, but it doesn't mean that there isn't an opportunity. Right? No. All right. Gina Tapper. So let me explain. Let me just explain. Let me explain. I cannot only explain. And listen, people, all right? I cannot talk about what others have said and what others have done. All I can do is explain what I did. As a responsible person, I did a video about Whisper going to Newcastle because I got those reports. This morning, I saw an article suggesting that no one at Newcastle is aware. So I sought to get information as a responsible person to say, listen, information was sent for him to go there. And I am saying to you, both things can be true. One, because there is a letter, it does say that indirectly, someone connected to Newcastle has brought Dujan over and his handlers so that he can be seen by Newcastle and other clubs. All right. So that's one. Number two is very simple. That it is possible that the coach doesn't know yet. And the coach is right for saying what he said. It doesn't make Craig Butler a liar. It doesn't make the trial a farce. Both things can be true, given the information that we have. But if you work in the media landscape, I think it is paramount that you take time out to present yourself as being credible. In the same way, I did an interview with Theodore Whitmore, and persons or someone clipped the first 20 seconds of it without listening to the correction and the proper explanation. I came back on my platform, and here's what I clarified it. It is in the same way I did a video this morning that I felt the need that I needed to present key facts concerning Whisper. I don't buy the narrative that people want him to feel. At least I don't. And like I said, there are many opportunities beyond England available to this youngster. And here's Demo is saying that the video about Newcastle was deleted from the YouTube. See, I didn't even know that the video about the whole Newcastle thing has been deleted. So I don't know, right? I don't know that. We have back Tiga. Tiga, I must say that.
Manins, hold on now.
Hold on, the
There
people
are some for the people.
The people
Hold
are,
on now.
hold on there. The people are commending you. They said that they really like your new tone.
All right. I have a special guest to the people.
Yeah?
Mr. Butler. I'm going to invite Mr. Butler on the show. Would you take Mr. Butler on the show, sir?
Yeah, man. Let him come on and talk, man.
All right, cool. I'm going to invite. I have to ask you first before I put him on the show. All right, let me get Mr. Butler the program. Give me I'll come in back.
Yeah. All right, there you go. So T-Got is going to bring on Craig Butler so he can bring some clarity to this matter. Humble One Media, bless up. Oh boy. Yeah. No talk it trouble. Yeah, so also part of the news for today is that Lettman, this is the second time this is happening to him with Montego Bay clubs. I think he was at Mobile United and he didn't know there was an article published that he was fired, and that is what happened. Right? He just heard through the newspaper that he didn't have the job anymore. Here it is that I understand that people spoke to him last night and he was planning on getting players. Well, the last night of the transfer, he was trying to get players only to find out that he was fired later in the night. So Lettman is no longer the coach at Mobile United. At Falkland, Gregory Palmer has taken up the reins down there. The assistant coach has also been relieved of his duty along with Lettman. Man, I don't know. Just did his A license and all of that. Guess the people are not impressed with that. All right, so we have. Go ahead, Tiga. Yes, Tiga.
Yeah, man, I'm back. Yeah. The reason why I'm talking is soft because I'm at work, and even my coworker said I'm still not talking soft. So.
Oh, so you're not are you not really talking soft? All right, go
I'm
ahead. You got through?
Yes. It'll be on shortly.
Yeah. So you talk. You talk to him when he comes on and ask him the questions, right? That the people are trying to ask. Because one of the questions,
I'm not seeing the questions. I'm not seeing
right,
the
well,
question.
no, just ask the question and clarify, right? And then Demo has a question about the video about the Newcastle thing that is no longer on the site, right? Thanks, Toki and Brain Drain. Both of them have given some super stickers in celebration of our 5,000 subscribers anniversary.
Yes,
Yeah,
sorry about that. I got kicked off a while ago. I'm a kick off myself.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
go
So
ahead.
yeah, of course, on the platform, you know that many people are saying, "Listen, man, careful, because you don't want this and this, So that's what I'm telling you. Engage in the conversation, because you
Oh,
understand me?
definitely. No,
Yeah. So
Mr.
you make sure you
Mr.
engage in the conversation and ask the question. There you go.
What type of question you want me to ask, Mr.
Any
Stillman?
question that is on your mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Butler, welcome
Oh,
to I
there
Am
is.
Sure Sports.
Well, skin up with me, then come in and joke to me.
If you come on the platform like that,
Craig,
you're not
Craig,
joking. I will remove you from the show. Now that's
Craig,
very easy to do, Very easy.
Craig.
So
All
if you're
right,
not going to
all right.
address me, hold on to you, God. If you're not going to address me, I said good afternoon, Mr. Butler. If you can't address me, you're not going to address me, you can come off the show. Simple. And then you can do something. You understand me? Easy as that. So good afternoon, Mr. Butler.
Yes?
Craig, mute. He said good afternoon.
Oh, afternoon.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
All right, T-God, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Butler. This is not Sports in the Middle. This is I am a guest, and you're a guest of Mr. I Am Sure Sports. Um, Recently, we just where there's in the news today from Chronicles Live, Newcastle Live, about we know that um one of your baller is now in England to do some trial, right? And there's a thing that come out on the Chronicle Live that the title said that Newcastle was responding to a trial talk for a signing they could make makes still they could still make after the deadline. And then of course you see Dujan Whisper. You understand? And they were asking the question if Mr. Dawson that he know about if he know about any trial. And we know recently you said that Dujan Whisper supposed to have a trial for the top five. You understand? My understanding is, you can correct me. I never hear you mention Newcastle. I hear you say top five team. So can you clarify this? What the coach is been saying? What is coming out of Chronicles
First of all, I want to speak. Please don't interrupt me, because I have not interrupted you while you're speaking.
We're not hearing you.
Can you hear now?
T-God, you're hearing T-God?
Yeah, may I hear him a little bit?
Can you hear
Him
me better
low.
now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm saying, first of all, I'd like to speak uninterrupted in the same method that I allowed you to speak just now when you were addressing me. And you have that as a prerequisite for this conversation.
Yeah, man, that's how nobody will interrupt anybody. Everybody gonna get the fair chance to talk. So T got to ask the question, you have all freedom to answer. But the person are saying that
I don't care what the
they're saying they're
person
not
is.
hearing you. They're just saying they're not hearing you. So if you can, they're still saying they're not hearing you.
But you can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you now, Craig. Yes, keep it at
Okay.
that tone. Yes, we hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay. So, first of all, one of the tenets of when a player goes on a trial is something called confidentiality, which is signed by the parties and agreed. That letter which you have, that's a confidential letter which only one of two parents have seen. Yes? There are many other documents that go into whatever we are doing. My players who I represent, including Dujon Richards, will get opportunities at trials with different clubs. They require a certain level of confidentiality, and there's a great deal of competition for players, so much so that they actually don't even want the player to go on a trial with another club or be seen as going on a trial with another club. I've stated the player is going to England and he's going on a trial with one of the top 5 clubs in England. That is as close as I could actually give to the media. Yeah? I have removed a chat that we had yesterday with the Phoenix parties, Whisper, Kyle, the boys who are leaving to go and try on tour of Spain in the next days. And because we may have said things that should not have been said at the time, based on our confidentiality. Many people inside the hierarchy of Jamaican football are willing, and I'll say this, and if they want to challenge me and have them come out and show the proof of it, I will, are willing to sell out our Jamaican players to get citizenship in countries in the Middle East. I am not, Whisper is not, and no Phoenix will ever sell out Jamaica. And who don't like it can do their next best. Whisper, in due course, you will see where he is, where he went on his trials. I'm going to ask you and all your media counterparts, bloggers or whatever, to have some concern and acknowledge the fact that these statements, these blogs that you're having, could actually hurt the kid when he to the prospective club that he may be going to. And stop it. I am not a liar. I am a very good coach. I do my things my way, and I'm successful with it. I am a very good manager. I've represented my clients zealously and to the best of my ability, and I always do what is in their best interest. My players will never leave me, whether as a manager or as a coach. They're always with me, unless they do not have the fortitude and backbone of loyalty and repay kindness with evil, like many people that are out there. I'm saying it again. Some of you claim to be men of God, yeah, but you should practice a little more keenly what the Bible says. Yeah? Be careful of those who like to gossip. The players at Phoenix, 9 players out of the group that played in the All-Manning and all the Costa came from Phoenix. They're the best that we have in this country. And we're continuing to do the best that we can to get them the opportunities to advance themselves and their families and this country by extension. Stop hating. Stop it. I am not the type of person that is going to back down from a fight. But I'm also not the type of person that is going to save my head and put my head to say, yes, he's right, at the expense of hurting my clients or those boys. I'm tired of this thing now. I'm doing what is in the best interest of our country. And there are people at the head of the hierarchy that is willing to go to certain nations and sell our players out. I am not and never will be. And I'll take that to my grave. I love my country. I'm a Jamaican first. My conversation is over. Thank you for your time and have a good day.
Oh, okay. Just said his piece. Yes, just said
All
his
right. So
piece.
you explain it because of course you asked a question. What do you take from that? Can you explain it?
No, definitely. What he's saying that what I get what he's saying that, and other people, everybody can draw their own conclusion of the matter. There are
Yeah.
certain things that, yeah, confidential things that being said. You understand? And he said that there's certain things that he could have said in the media, and there's certain things that he cannot said in the media, according to whisper going out to train. You understand? So that's what I get. You understand? So there is just you. We as football fans have to just sit and wait. You understand? Until a young man finish out him do the how long him stay in Europe, and then you see what's going to happen.
All right. We have a caller. Oh, everybody a caller. Hold on.
Yeah,
One at a
Marine,
time. Go ahead, caller. Yes.
Marine, they're not trouble. But first thing, we have to stop ego, brother. When you no, man, go through your lab, but a serious thing. So we stop ego. Listen to
yeah,
me in a good brother.
yeah.
Whisper said left Jamaica,
Mm-hmm,
Ghana foreign, Ghana
mm-hmm.
Belgium, Ghana Russia,
Yeah,
Ghana
right.
England, Ghana anywhere
Yeah,
you want to go. And
yeah,
all the trials,
yeah,
nobody has to know, nobody
yeah.
has to assume or make an assumption, brother. The
Right.
people were led to believe that the kid was going to a trial at a top
Mm-hmm.
five Premier League club at a certain time.
Yes,
See?
yes, yes, yes.
Now, at the time when the information was released, the five
Mm-hmm.
clubs that were in the Premier League, everybody had drawn them assumption. See?
Yes, yes.
Craig went on to say, on him live, which him pet down off on channel now, you know. The live that gone after Craig channel, you know, brother. Say,
Mm-hmm.
the youth are go, impact. This is the exact word. Well, I guess it's out there now. So, you know, we
Mm-hmm.
don't have to hide anymore. Craig is going, Dujon is going to Newcastle a trial. Him
Right.
also said that at the time of the year it's very cool and whatever the place is, and the best person to go with him would have been Kyle. Kyle make
Mm-hmm.
one heap of video, post on Instagram, tag Richie Royal, tag Craig, tag Whisper,
Mm-hmm.
everything for Instagram, everything. I post and you can get ready for a trial, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Now that the information come out where the coach say, yo, him don't know after the youth come, because remember the coach, but the youth now coming up. The coach say him don't know that he's coming on a trial. He may very well not know true enough. But then no, in a Craig, but Craig you know is come out and yo, man, and una the vlogger them must una people of God. I want must stop gossip. I want must stop this brother. Foolishness like brother. I too many man on Spain for the prayer and man brother. Him instigate gossip brother. Cause him come out and say him to go for the trial. When other people come for
Right.
information, remember and the management said the youth now going up. If the court say
Right. Right.
the youth go. Him Craig up to this point can't tell us say the youth are go to Newcastle. He might go Man U, he might go West. He can't tell you that. He might come tell you now, say, in due time you will see where the you go on him trial. He wasn't saying that first, you know. He never said that first, brother. Yo, brother,
Okay. Okay.
brother, cut him off the screen, brother.
No. Remember, he asked not to be interrupted. I did not know
Right.
that he wasn't going to stay. So what was I supposed? I show respect. Eh?
But my name.
Yes.
All right. You see,
I didn't interrupt him. He said
we-
yes. Yeah.
yes. All right. You see why I love your program. We're not here to cuss or whatever. We sit and we listen, and then we draw a conclusion. Because that's what I love about you.
No,
You draw
but-
a conclusion
Yeah.
and then stuff
But
like that.
let me just
And-
clarify, people. At no point on my show did I say Craig Butler lied. And
Right.
in
That's
fact,
true.
in fact, if you listen, I said that I believe he's the best player to prepare the player, the best person to prepare the player. I said that there are many opportunities available, I said that both parties could be telling the truth, right? The question I have has still not been answered. Is it directly from Newcastle or is it a third party? Because it don't matter, All we want to know is that a third party.
But he answered that. But he answered that. He said there's certain confidentiality him can display if it's a third party or it's from the things. And that's what we have. Hold on, brother. We have to go by that. He said there are certain confidentiality. You understand how they.
You can't make information public and then tell me that it has to be confidential, brother. A contradiction that man.
All right, I hear you.
Brother, as me tell the Tigers, I'm going to cut no money. Brother, the youth could have got on a total trial. Him could have got
nobody know.
World, brother. And nobody ever have to know until you are in a position where you can. Because remember, enough time you have player, go on trial, enough time you have player, or go sign to club, or coaches are going to move or whatever. And if they make public, them keep it down, them do them little inner workings and them talk or whatever. And when them in a position now where them can say, yeah man, public knowledge is now. Ex-player move from Man U go to Chelsea or from Chelsea go to Arsenal or wherever, it be public. But you can't come out and tell you that you're the man that got top 5 club in Europe, in England, and then I tell you it's confidential. But you make the confidentiality because there is a letter where man is money read or whatever and get him or whosoever involved in that. Know about the letter. Nobody know, brother. Before the thing about England, interview them in an observer. Everyone, brother, and the people that quote him. All right, have them tours, brother. I'm in a trouble, Bridging. I'm in a trouble. Funny, you're going to back still. I'm in a trouble.
All right, boss. But I didn't get to ask any question still. We have, let me see. Go ahead. So, Tigat, what I'm saying, none of my questions are really answers,
Well,
yeah, man, let's show improvement. Big up, show improvement. Send a comment, man. What I'm saying is that, right? I say it again. All I'm saying is that the Newcastle persons, whether they came in late or early, they are unaware. All right? Not a problem. All right? That's number one. 2, there is a letter, people, that has Newcastle. Like I said, it says Newcastle would like to, which is suggesting that the invitation is not directly from Newcastle, but someone connected to or representing. That's all I'm saying. So this idea that I'm just reading newspapers, Stefan.
Morning.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm here, that's all right. I don't know. We never get to ask any questions, so I feel bad,
I'll just say something real quick though. I'll totally underscore what Brian said a while ago. And what was more surprising to me was that Mr. Butler said that letter, one of 2 parents have seen that letter. So it is so confidential, right? That one of 2 parents would have been privy to the information in regards to the player. So I think that says virgin. You understand me? So if no one else is aware of the conditions under which the youngster is overseas, then that leaves more questions than answers.
Meaning that
what
your money
being published by the media overseas, that is accurate, and the letter is obviously accurate as well. But it leaves more questions than answers, Virgin. That's all I have to say, Mannings.
All right, becomes all right.
Cool.
So all I'm saying to you is that simple. Listen, because what he also said this, that they took down the video. He said that they took down the video. I suppose.
I'm not aware.
Yeah,
he said. I'm not aware of that video.
No, man. He said that yesterday there was a discussion with the internal people at Phoenix. That's what he said. The video was taken down. I don't know why. I can't speculate. But remember, my issue is I felt it was right. The fact that the Chronicles came out and said the coach said he didn't know, I felt it was right to say no, but there is a letter saying the player was invited. That's all I did. So what I think, was important to be done is that yes, the player was invited by Newcastle, or no, the player wasn't invited. Nobody's saying that because everybody's saying that he's going to be seen. People may still call him, he may still sign for Newcastle, for Genk, and that's good. This whole thing where it got into Jamaican and Arab nations and stuff and all of that and like all of those things to me were, in my opinion, irrelevant to the whole point because I'm not discussing that.
Well, you can understand when sometimes people making a discussion.
No, hold on. No man. Because I said something, people.
Right.
I have to respect my guest. My guest said, "Listen, T-Got just spoke, and the only way I will speak is if I'm given time uninterrupted to speak." I did not know he wasn't going to stay, so I gave him uninterrupted time, and then he said, "Good day." I couldn't ask any question. All right, go ahead, T-Got.
And all right, our fans out there, obviously, Mr. Butler came on the program not for a question and answer thing or into a deep discussion. Yeah, let's just get that straight. Maybe he just come to tell the fans out there are what is happening, what is blowing up on social media now. Say he lied about Tujan going away to a trial. He just to make it clear that confidentiality was out there and stuff like that. That's all he came to tell you, that confidentiality was out there and full stop. You understand? Mr. Mannings never get to ask a question, blah blah blah. He just came to say confidentiality was out there. So it wasn't a question and answer thing. I understand a lot of people want to ask questions, but you just want to say confidentiality is out there. You understand? Mannings and I done already set the record straight. I understand. I said a lot of times trials, the coach may not know about a trial. You understand? Because a lot of times things happening and the coach don't know. Manning present two letters that, of course, he got a letter from Newcastle. It may be not be an official letter, but a letter is there that he's going to Newcastle to train. That's all.
Yeah.
Mr. Butler came on the program, he didn't do a question and answer thing. You understand? And he just come say his piece and come off. That's all.
I can't ask him exactly. So the truth is, listen, the player, I still believe that something is going to work out for the player, and I want that. Let me say it again, and I've said it before. I believe the best person in terms of his handler is Craig Butler, right? At no point did I say that he's lying or he told any lies. All I'm saying, I felt it was important to come on and validate the fact that there is either directly or indirectly an invitation coming out of Newcastle for the player. Newcastle was mentioned. There's a video that clearly states that the player is going to Newcastle. It may be Newcastle and other teams, but Newcastle was mentioned. The video subsequently has been removed, which is fine. I don't know for what purpose. I won't get into that. That is insignificant to the whole thing. All right. Now, if other people want to see the player fail, that's not Manning's man. That's not T-Got. As a Jamaican, I want what is best for the player. And I will tell people that I believe what Craig Butler has done with his players is very good. And there's many, many, many more players that he's going to help. Very good. You can see that with even players like Dylan John and Bell. But that's not what we are discussing. What we are discussing is this matter. Because T-Got, and I think Brian said it, and you must agree, if the matter was supposed to be confidential, why were they discussing it so much? Why were they
hot topic?
No.
Hot topic.
Remember,
it's hot topic. Hot topic.
Right? Remember this, that none of us knew. Because, all right, there is a player from Jamaica who is going to be signing a contract very soon. Going to be in a trial in Europe. Young player. And nobody knows. Nobody will know until the day the player starts the trial.
Right.
When Duncan McKenzie was going to sign, nobody knew until the day that he signed. Why if it is confidential because he's a minor, why was the information put out there? And all of the information came through the Phoenix. It came from Phoenix. It's not like we got it from Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Demo calling because Timo.
Good afternoon, boss. Good afternoon, everybody. Big up to
Good
Tiga.
afternoon. Good afternoon. Big up yourself.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Listen to me, boss. The video, I know you say it's insignificant, right? But for me, it is very significant, and I don't know why I don't want to show the public what I sent you.
Oh, you know. All right. So now that you're on, I will, because you need to come on and explain why you want me to show these, right? So now that you're here, though, I will.
No.
Eh?
Because for me, it's a track record of this team, right? And obviously, we all want the best for Whisper, right? Everybody want the best for Whisper. So the people in the comment section will talk about where I hate the man and where I fight against him. We're reporting news because for me personally, there's a track record of this. And if man is, I can't see where I do it now because obviously I'm on the phone, right?
Oh.
But the thing with Kyle Butler, this was the same. It just reflect the same way to me.
All right, so people, let me show you what Demo is talking about. He's talking about that.
Yeah, tell me when you do it because I can't see.
Yeah, man. So let me show them the pictures, right? So that is one. All right, and then after that, then there was this one. When the club came out, I do not know what at Kyle Butler going on, but there's no contract between him and Fortuna Dusseldorf, right? So that is what they know. So
for me, I don't want to see them things that happen. Like the Kyle Butler, they put Instagram of fake same a sign with a club and him there go here. So I just don't want to see this thing happening to Whisper because we see what Kyle Butler turn out to be right now, right? And so for the talent when we see Whisper have, all we want is the truth. We just want to get down to the bottom of the thing. And so we can wait till the 6th, because I think that the 6th supposed to be the trial or whatever, and then all the questions will be answered. But don't come on the stream and a body top and go and like say, you never say Newcastle. The video that you did was like over an hour and 30 minutes long. If it's supposed to be confidential, you never realized that yesterday.
Yeah, he was saying what he said, Demo, is that the video. He was saying that the video that he did yesterday was for internal Phoenix persons.
Boss, it was for no internal Phoenix persons, brother. The man them there do it, and it's there. It's not until the whole thing circle now about Newcastle something. Because like I say, I was watching it. And then the Newcastle thing starts circle around, and then afterwards I realize say the video gone out of my history. So I go back on the channel and I check. I'm like, oh, them take it off because of this. Them there talk about this Newcastle thing before. So for me, I just don't want the same thing happen to
could it be? Could it be like what Mark is saying is that he spoke, and I think Pagan 180 is saying that he spoke before time. You understand me? Like, yeah, there's something. But he should not have said anything. And
yes.
You know,
yes. I feel that. Yes.
They make a mistake and they should come out and say, boy, yeah.
But man, all of the information did already public to Jamaica from the Gleaner or whatever way, but they published it.
Yeah.
So where him going to say was different? All he did was saying that he was going to Newcastle. The same thing with the Observer they say. Some of them don't understand what him channel have more views than the Observer in Jamaica. Like, man, it don't make no sense to me, boss. You left the video alone. It's already out there in the public. So don't tell me about confidentiality. And maybe him as a agent must have enough to say it then. Maybe that. I don't know. But I'll just wait until the 6th. If I don't see Whisper there, then we all know what happened. So, I mean, we can't say we know what happened because anything can happen and it falls through or whatever. But based off of what you say, the man have no idea right now. So, let's see. So I just the public know that my concern is for Whisper not to end up like Kyle.
Okay. All right. Respect Demo. Yeah, man. All right. Big up. That was Demo Dre and thing. All right. So I think Ryan, let me call I don't know, T-God, but yeah, I think Pagan is saying it's just a bad PR move. Maybe he should not have said anything. They kind of said too much. LFC.
Well, manners and respect.
Yeah,
Big
man.
up to the viewers and subscribe.
Yeah, what say you?
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm more disappointed in a T-God more than I'm disappointed in a Butler right now.
Yeah.
T-God, you know what you do? After the show, when you go back and go watch the show and listen. Yeah?
Yeah, you're
That's
T-God?
all me I tell you. Go back and go listen to the video when it done. You hear me say T-God? You might hear me, money?
Yeah. Yeah, man, man, you're loud and clear,
man.
So what are you disappointed? Ryan, what are you disappointed?
That's what I'm telling you. So go back and watch a video. Go back and watch a video. I'm not going to tell you. Go back and watch a video. When it's done, you go back and watch it. You will see why so many people are disappointed in a you, brother. Just go back and watch it. Anyway, move on from that. Mannings, a video tiger on the man channel to Newcastle. Butler is full of experience. It's not 2 years I do this, it's not 3 years I do this, it's not 4 years I do this. Thing just caught up on him. You understand? Thing just caught up on him and him have to blame only himself. Alright? Because if it should be out in the public, why the Gleaner, the TV station, the radio station, brother, fear is fear, facts is facts. I don't know nobody but put it out. Him and him crew, the Phoenix crew put it out, so whisper and go top 5, this and that and rare. And we see his report on Instagram and all of them thing there. The man for take him late, brother. And all the time this man go up on show, he move the goalposts about. Who want to hear about Migrees? Nobody know want to hear about that. Come clear up the pipe. Him know what him a doing. Him know nobody disrupt him when him attack him foolish. Yeah? We're tired of the lie. We want the truth. We're tired of it. Only the truth the people they want to hear. Nothing know for frightened. Anyway, big up on yourself, brother. The man too alive. Him too alive. Tired of it.
All right.
All right. Hold on now. All right, hold on now. I understand the frustration of people and them kind of frustrated with Mr. Butler. You understand? Say I'm not get the term say in lie or whatever. I'm not saying that, but I understand the frustration. But why Dujan response is Dujan is going on a trial, right? He's in England right now.
All right.
Is he not in England?
Let me say this.
Not in England?
Because that's what I want to know. If he could be in Europe, but is he in England actually? Because
so we don't know him then.
I don't know. Maybe it could be in I don't know. I don't know if he could be in Scotland. I don't know. All right. He could be in the UK. I don't know. All right. But he is in Europe. All right. So Boris Johnson is saying, Mannings, there is a registration process that can be used to get a trial for players who think they can play at a high level. So there's a possibility that's what I'm saying, that it could be that he could be there. And they are trying to arrange it. And that is why I said earlier, so I don't know, like,
you know what? I'm not going to beat Mr. Butler.
The player could be overseas,
right?
And he's going
is
to
he
be
not?
seen. Yeah, man. So
is he not?
And he could be seen.
The main fact is this: he is overseas. He's in Europe. You understand? The main fact is he's in Europe. You understand? That is what we have to run. He's in Europe. When we're making this big alabaloo that Mr. Butler.
All right. So they are saying that
he's over there.
There's based on information that Kyle posted. He is actually in England. We're in England. We don't know. All right. So fine. He's in England. So I believe that he could be seen by Newcastle and other clubs. And people, let me say this. I can't speak for, I don't know, but the general consensus all across Jamaica. Listen, I don't think no other player has been defended and promoted like Dujan Whisper in the last 6 months of Jamaica's football. All right? So for that reason, I don't think, hold on, right? Ryan, you're calling back. Yes.
Listen, Onnings, over the years, the whole heap of lie. And that's why people, when Butler talk, people no believe until things happen. Because previous thing. As me say, in this
hold on.
Hold on, Ryan.
Hold on. I don't know the full detail with the Newcastle thing, but overall, when me talk about Butler to lie. So the Newcastle thing.
One question I want to ask you. Hold on. This is what more I've asked Mannings. And fans out there. Do we have evident proof that Mr. Butler reported to the Observer or the Gleaner? Was it have any quote that Mr. Butler said to the Gleaner or the Observer?
That he's going to Newcastle?
Yeah, that he's going to Newcastle.
All right. What the people are saying is that he
No. It's the people that draw assumptions.
No, man. Let me
tell you. But one more for you.
No, let what I'm saying, what Demo said, and other persons have said is that they were on a stream that they
forget about the stream. I didn't see the stream. Forget about the stream.
Yeah.
I didn't see the stream. I am talking about the Observer. It is saying that it was reported in the Observer. Did it report in another quote, any quote from Mr. Butler? That Dujan is going on?
All right. No, but all right. But so even if it is not in the Observer, what the people are saying is that he did a live where he actually said it. So even if the Observer said it and he didn't say it to them, what the Observer would be wrong with is if the Observer would be wrong because they said Craig Butler told them or they quoted him if he never did. But what they're saying is he actually said it in a live video that has been now removed. So now he could come out and say, well, show me the video where I said it because there is no video anymore and the Observer don't have a quote. So I don't know. So which is what Tigat is saying. But listen, at the end of the day, I will say this. This is going to work out for the player. And everybody, everybody will benefit. You understand me? I have full confidence. I have full confidence that something is going to work out for this player. All right? Remember, it is not supposed to start until Monday. So maybe he went early to get acclimatized. Right? And given his talent, and I'm saying this because sometimes people take what they want. Given his talent, I believe that the possibilities are endless for him. And as much as Craig Butler speak about, I must act like, although he didn't say me, he just spoke in general. But I will say this. If he is able to get Whisper to do what Leon has done and become, there is a track record that when he gets exceptional talent, he can bring them to the highest level. And credit must be given for that. All right? All I will say is that if something is not supposed to be said, then we don't. Because we don't say anything. I remember when Peter McGregor was leaving Jamaica, nobody knew until he got there. When Daniel Green was leaving, nobody knew until it was actually done. So what I will say is that to Mr. Butler and Phoenix, the next time you have a player, don't come out and create this because the media will talk about it. It is not like during Leon's time when you didn't have vloggers and people writing articles. There is too many of these things out there now for you to have something that is supposed to be confidential. It's supposed to be confidential. And you mention it. It's going to blow up. And then people are going to check. Listen, people are checking, and people are always checking stuff. Always checking stuff. Always checking stuff. And articles. Oh, T got his back.
All right, sorry. You say my phone I run hot, you know. My phone I run hot. My name's. Let me tell you this. I tell you, fans out there, football fans out there, Jamaican fans out there. You understand? Let me tell you this. I'm a man of good character, and believe this figure. Believe me, good character. I don't believe that Mr. Butler will come out and lie about this. Let me tell you something. I've seen things. You understand? Trust me, I have seen things. And I know I have seen things, and I know that Mr. Dujan Richards, Whisper, aka Whisper, is going to a trial in Newcastle. On the 6th to the 15th. Listen, let's take it from me. We're on the program of over 2 hours and 7 minutes. And you can cut screen this part. He got to tell you that Dujan Richards is supposed to be on a trial in Newcastle in the Premier League from the 6th to the 15th. You understand? And I don't believe that Mr. Butler is lying. You understand? I guarantee you, I don't believe that Mr. Butler is lying. You understand? Trust me. I don't believe that he's lying.
All right. So what I'll say, T-God, here's what I think could be good. You need to interview him.
No, you see.
And let the people.
I'm going to interview.
Here's what needs to happen.
No, but all right. When Mr. Butler talk about confidentiality, there is confidentiality, and there are certain things. Maybe him say a little bit too much. Maybe Craig said a little bit too much. You understand?
Yeah, but
you understand the limit of confidentiality.
So who you gonna blame? Who you gonna blame all the vloggers and the media people if you took something confidential, right, and said it because he's saying that the letter is confidential, but the contents of the letter was discussed.
Oh, okay.
So if you say to me, oh, money, the letter that you have is a confidential letter, but you have discussed that the player is going on a trial to Newcastle, coming out of that same confidential letter, was it really confidential? Or who breached the confidentiality? Because what we read from the letter, is what was stated in the video about Newcastle.
Right.
We didn't mention on top 5 because it was the specific part dealing with Newcastle. So my whole thing is, in the event that these things come up, then you have to be responsible with the information you share. During the time of Leon Bailey and Kyle and the rest of those players, there was no YouTube space. So we could say things that don't happen anymore. So you have to be you have to speak responsibly. So I would want you to invite him on and say, listen, was there an initial invitation directly from Newcastle last year or this year, or was it somebody who was connected? That's one of the questions.
Let me tell you this. Hold on.
That is the same question you want answered, because you
hold on. Yes.
Top 5.
Yes. That, and let me tell you this. How can I put this? It's out there in the space, but we'll see. I just tell you that I think that Dujan is going to. I know that Dujan is going to be on trial for Newcastle. I know, and then I know that Dujan is from the 6th to the 15th. You understand? 6th to the 15th.
Okay.
And confidentiality is out there. You understand? Everything everything that you see, everything that we said on the program and everything people was talking about, medical, transport, and all of them things they in place. You understand? All of them things they in place.
Yeah, look like you get some text message that tell you what you said. You got careful, though. You get some message. Somebody will tell you what you said. Oh, so what you're saying is the confidentiality part is what part?
Yeah. The man just not lie. I can guarantee
Zena is saying you're missing the most salient point. It is this letter was presented to immigration. No, all right. So this is where the problem is, because this letter is what we were told was the invitation from Newcastle.
All right.
And so this is. I said this earlier. I know. I said this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes.
But Mannings, hold on, Mannings. Let's look on this logical. If you say that letter was a letter that was presented to
somebody
immigration.
said that. I don't know. Somebody just said that.
Yeah, all right. If somebody saying this is the letter that was presented, I don't think that's the letter that was presented to immigration, because you cannot send that letter to immigration and it's not an official letter.
Listen why
yes, it's not an official letter.
Yeah, because it's not official.
It's not official. It's not official.
From
you cannot use that letter. Yes,
exactly.
You cannot. I feel that Mr. The Phoenix team has something more, but they didn't disclose of it. I don't know who cooked up that, but I don't feel that letter was a letter that was presented to immigration, because that I before I migrated, I got letter.
I have my own theory, but
yeah, you understand? I have gotten letter already, and that's not. And if people know, you cannot bring.
But this can't listen. This is
not immigration.
Letterhead.
And I don't feel that.
Officially signed.
And I don't feel that. I don't know who.
Yeah. Oh, T-Gat is frozen. You and the other YouTubers need to go to church and seek forgiveness for the damages you have all done. Shame on you. 224 quadrant press to the word. Jason, you are into those business, so you kind of know. All right. Sure improvement is saying, right? Fresh God. People said it was Newcastle. So after that, he came out and confirmed the speculation, which he had to then retract. Yeah. So the letter is not notarized. We know about the green card immigration thing and the embassy thing. So normally when a letter is sent to the embassy, we have around a couple of minutes to go. It normally it has to be stamped with the official stamp and stuff. And it would come. It would not have whisper in it. It would not have a whisper in it. In fact, it would have his middle name in it. All right. T-Gat, we have to go now because I will call.
Yeah, we have to go. I tell you.
Information, and the phone are cut off because you have to do an interview so the people can hear them. But go ahead and then we give it the last.
Yeah. People, I just want to know that I don't think Mr. Whisper handlers are lying. We just have to just wait and see. I don't think Whisper handlers, I don't think the Phoenix Academy is lying or they are liars.
I said that both things could be true.
But no, I understand that, but we just want to make it clear. We just want to make it clear that we just have to just wait and see, give the benefit of doubt, and let's just make sure what is being said out there, and stop the propaganda. You understand? Stop the propaganda. Yeah. All right. I just want stop the propaganda. So
I think T-Gat, this is just something for us because I try to be balanced and fair. I was not disruptive during the time of the whole thing. Because
and he was very calm. If everybody know Craig can blow, and Craig was very calm. He just come on to same part to say, guess what? I am not lying, and there are confidentiality out there. You understand? He was very calm and in cause they're telling me that for one at a time. Now remind the man say we're guests. You understand? We're guests on somebody's show and we have to show respect. And he did show his respect. So him have to say, and then
I say commendation for that. I know that on this program you never mentioned or called him a liar. I didn't. That is one thing I want to.
I just want the people out there. Yeah, I just want the people out there. You understand? Just wait and see. You understand?
So
I don't think he would. I think he want the best for his player. You understand?
Listen,
and I don't think he will come out.
if you listen even to the video that I did this morning, says, listen, there are many unanswered questions. If you have the information, call. So all he has to do is to present other information that says, here are the facts.
And I think you see, maybe when he come out and say, this is my opinion. You understand? This is just my opinion. This is not Phoenix or Craig, and this is just my opinion. I feel like somebody was going to force him, so him just kind of say something, not saying anything, him just say something, say, guess what? Mr. Whisper is going to Europe and whatever. Maybe him could have sneak him out of the country and put him on a chair without nobody know, but yet still somebody would have mentioned it. And him just feel like him just want the public to know, say the player is going on a trial. You understand? I guess that. Because everybody want good for the young man. They want the young man at the national team. They want the young man to do good. So I just feel like him just there. Make the public know, so guess what? The young man is going for a trial. This is just me.
Yeah, and I honestly don't believe that there are people who want the player to fail. Like I don't subscribe to that theory. I don't think I don't know where that is coming from. I can only speak for myself.
As I say, sorry for cutting, but as I said, I don't feel like the people don't want the young man to fail. Who they want to fail is Mr. Butler.
What? But
them just have some. I don't. We as people, we don't cherish people that do it. They want Mr. Butler to fail.
You know that Mr. Butler has more support than he has.
Yeah, but them silent.
Hold on.
But them silent.
Listen, I've never done a
silent, man.
Tigat.
Them silent.
Right now, you know that Mr. Butler, and I believe he has more support in terms of people who support him on social media than almost every person in the Jamaica Football Federation. In fact, I'll tell you this. I'm almost certain that if Tapa came onto my platform and did an interview, he would receive way more criticism than if Craig Butler came on.
Oh boy, but I don't know. But I think those are maybe one of I don't know. I just think I don't know. No, but no. When we look on it, when we look on the prospect. Let me tell you something. My son.
Let me tell you.
No. But let's try.
The amount of negative things that would come
that is true. I don't know.
I would say that. Listen, you anybody who would do a stream and say something bad about Craig Butler. People say, yo, and even on the stream you see it. He has a lot of support, and I think a lot of people believe that he's good in terms of what he does for the football.
Yes.
I think the issue sometimes is when things are said and then people don't think it goes the way it was said. And the truth is your reputation follow you. Because here it is, I've been accused as a gossiper. All that I did, was read things presented to me, and I'm told that I'm gossiping. Because that's all I did. I presented stuff and said, here's what the article said, here's what the letter said, and here's what one actually looks like. People make a decision.
Okay. Yeah, but as we say, when you look on, I don't know. You have your sources where you get that, where you get that letter from. And if we look at that letter was not the one. If we can do critical thinking, That letter could not be the letter that was presented to the immigration for Whisper to get a visa.
Yeah.
Whisper only will leave. Whisper only leave out would leave out a Portugal out so would not be on a plane right
Yeah,
about
but
now. I
but
only
listen,
be.
I've always felt
You
like
understand?
I have always felt like it wouldn't be a problem for him,
Mm.
right? Here's why. Because I've been told that the player can play for he can play, I think he can play for what's the name? Trinidad,
Mm.
the United States, and England. So I've
Mm.
never felt like there was going to be any problems in terms of getting so this is not for no getting visa.
Mm-hmm.
This is about football. All right. I
Yeah,
think
football.
we have around 5 minutes. So I'm going. Mr. Butler has joined back the stream, so I'm going to bring him on so he can say what he's saying.
What? Say Butler.
Yeah. Welcome again, Mr. Butler. Yeah. Go ahead and
Good afternoon.
yeah.
All right, listen. I have been watching all of these blogs, guys, and it really drive up my blood pressure to a point where I'm not even seeing well out of my left eye. I just had a stroke.
I will stop watching me now.
Now, many of these people have an axe to grind, and many of them have people fueling them information that are inaccurate to further their agenda. Yeah? Now, I personally only want what's best for Jamaica. I only want what's best for the youth of Jamaica. The difference between me and other people is that I don't make my money in Jamaica. So I don't have to be politically correct in every statement that comes out of my mouth. Basically, I don't have to kiss people's derriere.
Where's the wire?
Yeah,
The
I'm
wire.
honest
The wire.
in what I say. I'm honest. I've always been honest. However, the world of football is not always an honest or black and white situation. You have every agent that you see in the world is connected and work with all different agents. So, for example, I may have a friend in Portugal that deals with the Portuguese club, friend in a Belgium, friend in a England, friend in a US, whatever. And we all work together in a network because some men may have closer contacts in one club versus the other. So we utilize each other to help each other. That's how the business management of football works. Yeah? So when people start to talk about third party and this and that, I'm a licensed agent in the British FA. Yeah? I have strong contacts in Belgium, strong contacts in Spain. Yeah? I have strong contacts in Aston Villa for obvious reasons. I may not have strong contacts in Newcastle, but I have a man who have strong contacts in Newcastle that I work with. And him work with me. This is how the business of football works. The small fries like to just say them little words and do them little things. Yeah, because they can't get to the level where we are now. Phoenix has placed over 42 players internationally from Jamaica into football contracts worldwide. In the US, in Europe, in England, all over. No one else in the history of this country has done that. Phoenix is the number 19th ranked football management, sports management company in the world. No. Yeah? The academy is highly ranked. What upsets me is when people come on here and try to portray me as a liar simply because I can't say certain things before the time. And simply because it may slip because I chat to me youth them and we're lying, man. It slip out of me and say, yeah, I say, boy, yeah, man, and that's how I go. It's not a good thing, and you have some really bad mind people out there. I tell people you need to understand some of the things. Whenever you're going out and you're saying all these negatives, always remember, say you can hurt the player them. Yeah? I have had situations in my past where like every other father or brother or sister, you have war within the camp. And when I have my personal war within my family or my camp, I don't say a word because I know it will do more damage than good. I'm trying to explain to you all we are in a deadly, dangerous situation with the leadership of our country's football. The youth of our country are in danger. Yeah? Do you remember Manning's man some time ago when the young sprinters couldn't get to run for Jamaica?
They went to represent, a couple of sprinters went to represent Bahrain, a couple of
Yeah, you
Jamaicans.
remember that?
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure if it was Bahrain, but I know a couple of Jamaicans
Well, them
went
ship
over
out.
there. Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
Somebody must have made the connect to ship out those players and give them other citizenship. Maybe somebody should have said to those guys, no, stay with your country, run for your mother and your brother and sister, and improve and work to get better so you can make the team. Instead, they encouraged them and sold them out to those countries. And those countries did not have the capability or the technological resources to develop the player or develop the runner to the level that he would have been developed in Jamaica. I have taken the same position with Whisper. I've taken the same position with all my players. I am not selling out to those countries. And I'm going to send my players to the best possible place that they could go. And that is the European football, the mecca of football. Yeah? Now, the very fact that we have a player that could be going to that level is better than anything that has ever happened before for us. The furthest we went before was for the player to go to Belgium, then develop from Belgium, and then go from Belgium to Germany, and from Germany then into England. Now we have a direct request to come to England. Be glad and grateful now, man. Be glad and grateful now. Instead of another day, cut tear down people every single day. Right now, Phoenix is leaving in a few days to go to Spain to play practice games against Real Sociedad and Atletico Madrid and Levante and such. Why they don't talk about that? Why don't talk about the opportunities that are being created? Instead, the gossip of where Whisper going and whether I'm not him is that going Newcastle, I'm going Man United, I'm going Chelsea. What matters is that he's going. And when the time is right, you'll get the full 100. All right? So just understand what's going on right now. And we could try to protect you them. That's what I'm doing. And I'll protect them from whoever I have to at any cost. Even my life. All right? So me give you 2 questions and then I have to go because we're not well. So the blood pressure machine sit down right beside my bed yourself. See, it can't move. Right?
Yeah. Well,
Man, I think your time now. You
yeah,
ask a question.
because the truth is, first, good health to you, because all the best, right?
Yeah, whatever.
Because like we have said on the show, and people attest to this, that, and I said this, you are the best person to condition Whisper, and both things, like we have said earlier, both things could be accurate. The coach at Newcastle could be accurate because he said he knows nothing about it. That is possible. And the information that Whisper is going to Newcastle can also be accurate. All right, you just said that it slipped, but the video that you did actually said Whisper to Newcastle. Why would that video come out knowing that, the confidential nature and knowing that the exposure of the information could be a deterrent to a trial happening at Newcastle when there was a video done that says New Whisper to Newcastle? That was the actual thumbnail of the video.
First of all, I am not the person who posts the videos or the titles of the videos. I have somebody who did that here. Second of all, the thing was late last night, and this morning I wake up and saw what the title was. and had it taken down. You understand?
Okay. Okay. All right. Fine. So,
But I'm telling you right now, each discussion about Newcastle or whatever is doing more damage than good. So just stop it.
all right. So cool. All right. No. All right. So fine. So, but the other question though is that the same people here today are the same people who have spoken of Whisper as the best youth footballer that Jamaica has seen in schoolboy football. He deserved to be called up. It is the same people. So I don't buy the narrative that there are persons who want him to fail or persons who are trying to fight him.
They don't
So
want Whisper to fail. They want Whisper to move on, go to another manager, or them manage him, and Craig Butler to fail. Because every time I win, it's a condemnation on the systems of development in Jamaica. You don't get it?
they want you to fail
Of course.
and not Whisper.
Of course. They would love for Whisper to leave Craig Butler and go to another manager. They would love for Leon Bailey to leave Craig Butler and go to another manager. Because every step of the way that Phoenix does well is a condemnation on the development of our national program and the coaches that are here. You don't understand? It's a jealousy thing I go on. You don't see that for yourself.
All right.
You blind?
That there's jealousy.
You blind now, so fine.
No, all right, so fine. So because you said that you are, let me just get this. You're a licensed agent in the British a licensed agent in the British agency, right? In the British.
Intermediary.
Yeah. So, but you admitted that you may not have contacts. You may not work with Newcastle, but you have persons who work with them.
I never said that.
What did you say?
I said that agents worldwide work together.
Okay. So you work with someone who's connected to Newcastle.
Me never said that either.
Okay.
For all you know, I could be directly dealing with Newcastle.
Okay.
Or dealing with Manchester City, or dealing with Chelsea.
All
what I'm saying is that that's how the business works.
Okay. So you did mention that we would know why you have contacts in Aston Villa. You said that. You said that you have contacts in Aston Villa. And so you're saying that you did not say that you may not have. Are you not remembering?
I was giving you examples.
Oh,
that I may have a relationship in Aston Villa. Another man might have a relationship in a Manchester United. Another man might have a relationship. And we work together for the benefit of each other.
Okay, all right. So fine. So let's.
So I could be the man who have a relationship in Newcastle. Or I could be the man who have a relationship in a gang. And you have a player that could make it to you. I say, yo, link the man, man, think that make we get it done, no?
All right, because I thought you actually said you had a link at Newcastle, but let's not belabor that.
No, you're getting examples, my friend.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're saying that, example, you could have a link in
Newcastle. You know,
you
really
could
make sense people talk to, no?
No, man, no.
Because
no,
you nitpick at every word. You don't.
No.
You don't get the message.
I'm trying to help you, because let me tell you what I'm doing without interrupting. The persons have one interpretation of what you said, so I am trying to ensure that you give them it as simple as possible. So I understand.
Okay. First of all, let me repeat it then.
Yeah.
First of all, the business of football. If you have 100 players, you personally cannot attend to 100 players and give them all the support they need. So within even my agency, I have other people who operate as agents within my agency. Yeah? I'm raising up my daughter to become an agent. Travis finished and him becoming an agent. Kyle is training to become an agent. All of these things. We also have relationships with other agencies across the world. Yeah? Your network. And you work with your network for the benefit of everybody. But mostly for the benefit of the players. So, I may have a relationship in, let me use a club where we not touch it in a no shape or form. I might have a relationship with South Africa FC, right? And you have a player that may want to go to South Africa FC, and you have a relationship with a player with a club at Harbour UFC, right? And we switch wrong. So listen, check for it for me and give me a link now. All right, that can work. Okay, now I take over. When the time comes, get a piece of the pie. We open doors for each other sometimes. That's how football works.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. All right.
So it's
All right.
not about who opened the door or who closed it. Yeah?
Okay.
Many players. I have my hands in it, getting those players into the club, but another agent get the credit. Because me open the door.
All right. So better understanding. So now we understand that the video was not really
Check the blood pressure again.
the thumbnail was not really you, and that is why you asked for the video to be taken down. And when it came out, you were just really discussing it with your internal Phoenix people, and it may have just been a slip because it should be confidential. So let's move from that. Now, are you suggesting, because I can't speak for everybody else, but what happened when I read the article this morning, I felt it was right to us, because if the coach came out and said that, because I want what is best for Dujan, if you listen to that video, I came out and said, listen, he did get an invitation, and that is how I reference what the
Where you
letter
got
said.
that invitation from? That piece of paper you have? Because that's not. But I don't say anything else. Where you get that paper
Okay.
from?
I can't, Mr. Butler, in the media, you know that you're not supposed to disclose your sources. But you said that you came on earlier and you said that it could only come from a couple of places. So maybe if you are familiar with those, you can ask.
If the person that gave you that knows that it is confidential and gave it to you,
I don't know. I can't.
That person's intent is.
No, I can't measure people's intent. But what
Okay.
I did, no, listen what happened.
All
So
right.
I'm explaining to you what happened. So this morning I read what the Chronicle said. When I finished the video, I said, listen, if you have any information that can contradict what this coach has said, please send it to me, because what we have heard in the local media is that the player is going on trial. That is what we heard. I got the letter, so I did this video to say, listen, there you go. There was an invitation, right? I don't know, and I said, listen, I don't know that it came from Newcastle directly. I don't know if it came from Newcastle directly. However, Newcastle is referenced in it.
Medication now.
No, because you're based.
Okay, you're sure okay, because you need to it's not like you need to go to the doctor, sir. Like they're asking you to go to the doctor now. That is more important than this, you know.
Anyway, listen to what I'm saying. The reality of it is that they can't remember where they are.
So let me just say what I'm saying. So right, so I came out to say, the player was invited, whether or not he was directly.
Hold on. Whether the coach at that club knows or not, it doesn't matter at this time. And if there's a confidentiality agreement with any club, the coach is not going to disclose it, because the confidentiality goes between all parties.
Yeah, but this was out. This is where now, Mister. You're going to have to take some responsibility. You're going
No. Listen,
let me tell you why.
When the observer came to me and asked me and
Yes.
told me that they already have the information from somebody else, all I said was, yes, he's going to a top 5 club. That protects my confidentiality.
Okay.
Yeah, and at the same time, does that make me out to a liar if he does go? You understand?
Okay, so you only said to the observer he's going to a top 5 club. You did not, because they already knew. They already had something that had other information to say where they think he was going.
Yes, but I told them that no, just top 5 club.
All right, so why then did you do the video, Mr. Butler?
What do you mean? We do a video every week. Every week, Phoenix man, them worldwide talk to one another. You never see Ricky Martin chime in from Malta. That's how we communicate and that's how we share and motivate the younger boys. You think I'm trying to look likes? You think I'm trying to get followers? The
No,
younger boys touch in and them connect and know what's happening. That's it.
all I'm saying is that you answered correctly with the observer, but then a video was done. So the person who did the video and put up that thumbnail, Whisper to Newcastle, have you called them in for doing that? And
So why you think the video come down? What kind of question you asking? You don't see that the video is not there.
So okay, so we assume that the person must have been reprimanded then, all right? Because in the video, it wasn't like he's going to Newcastle stopping. There was discussion about how cold it's going to be, all of those things. So there's lots
of England not cold. Something wrong with you, brother? Anyway, I'll go before I get any more upset, yeah?
It really, yeah, man. All right. Then
you're more on it, though.
Yeah.
Mannings?
Yes, sir.
You know, you came and did the christening of my grandson.
Yes, sir.
But I have a whole heap of respect for you.
Yes, sir.
Lose some.
Yeah, man. That's.
But I like regain it.
Yeah.
Just start do the right thing. Don't. You see when I do a show?
Yes.
I don't do the show to get people to like it or to say controversial things. But that's what me know is right. You understand? And God will bless you that way there. All right?
All right.
Little
all
more, yeah?
Yeah, man. Good health. Blessings, man. Cool. All right. So there you go. T-God. All right. So I'll leave it to you.
Yes, sir. Why 2 hours? Over 2 hours. Almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
Over 3 hours.
People have never come out and said publicly that I did the whole dedication of I'm grandson still. You understand me? But blessing.
But we don't say all of them something there, you man. Dedication of them something there. So which by your church say? I'm gonna talk to you and ask you about that one. What the church say? Where the church say?
In the town of St. Anne, man. We have in Kingston in the town of St. Anne, man. You understand?
Okay, nice,
but when you're in Dallas, you can go to we have also in Mansfield, Dallas. So I don't know where you are. If you're in the Dallas area, that's that way.
No, man. Overseas, they're talking about Dallas, Texas. I'm in New York, man.
There's no Dallas. There's no
I'm
Dallas.
in New York, man.
Anyway, people, wake up that. So the video was taken down and the person who put up the video, the thumbnail, you can make your own assumptions. That person was reprimanded because that should not have been, and it was just a slip of the tongue when it came out. Argument done.
Yeah, argument done. All right, there's people out there. Let's just hope and wish the best for Dudan right about now. You understand? Just hope and keep your fingers crossed. You understand? Because we want to see another youth get bust. Because the only youth, he's not the only youth. Because Ricardo Gardner get bust, another Jamaica. We just want to see more people in Europe playing some football. You understand? That's what we want. We want to see more of the young ballers and play football overseas. The development in Jamaica.
Someone from Montego Bay said that you need to change your name from T-God, sir.
No, man, you're mad. You're mad. No, change that, man. Which man that from Moby? No, man. Tell them the original T-God that come from Moby, the original T-God come from St. Mary. Yeah, you can go tell, you can go. I get St. Mary. I get St. Mary and come from.
Yeah, man, you can't go back Montego Bay.
I get St. Mary. That's the part T-God Davis come from. I get St. Mary.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. Man. I'm out. All right. Yeah, bless up, fans.
Yeah, man. Bless
you
guys. Right. Respect. Thanks for coming out, T-God. Yeah, man. Listen, people are gonna run because we have the under-17 coach for Trinidad and Tobago gonna be on the program at around 3:30. Right. So check out that. Thanks for staying onto the stream again. Thanks to everyone who have helped us to cross the 5K mark. We continue to grow. Have yourself a wonderful day. I always say, listen, don't take management. Listen what everybody says, and you draw your own conclusions, right? You draw your own conclusion. You draw your own conclusion. One thing I will always say is that the truth in everything in life, the truth always wins out. I always tell people that. You see, if man is wrong, you're gonna find out. The truth always wins out. The truth can never be hidden forever. So big up to every single one of you. Listen, live good and be good. You understand me? Blessings one and all. I am Manning's man. And as usual, when it comes to this point of the show, we say we are over and we are OUT out of here.